Oh boy, yeah, right. This ain't gonna work. Got a budget of 50 bucks and I'm trying to make this bike stand happen. Great success. All right, let's do that. Make this easier for myself. I want to have it sitting just below the edge. Okay. Oh, that's... I think I was actually going to put it on this side. Those pieces actually, that's why. No, I've got to take this off because the other pieces have got to come onto this side. It's okay, no problems. Okay. Okay. I do have the other clamps I could possibly use, but... Okay. Okay, so we are too high. Let's do the next one. Okay. The drill didn't break, it just came off. Okay, have to reset this one now. Let's put this one in. Yeah. Oh, broke that. Starting to run out of drill bits. Right. Perfect. I'm thinking it might be time to turn this over. This thing's going to be heavy. Don't want to get my hands caught in that. Hey. All right. Okay. these will be here. There we go, that's level. Beautiful. Okay. That ain't going anywhere. Okay, that works. Okay. Now we need to make the wheel chock. So the center of gravity has to be beyond this point. Just check, I thought I wrote these numbers down, but I didn't write the numbers down. That's okay. From the axle to the edge is at least 310. We have to watch the front disc as well. Oh, my cuts are terrible. Just so I have a bit of a guide to... Not the right place to be, little spider. We can add this towards the front here. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to lift this thing. I might need help to shift it around to the bike shop. All right, I'll think about that for a minute. Next thing to consider is this. Now, do I need it that long? Yes, I think so. We're almost there. Halfway mark here, it's 150. Okay. We need to find some washers. So we'll do the same over here. About the same distance. I think we're done. Other than trying to figure this thing out. If I just use a bit of a strap. Oh, see? I really belted myself. Drill a hole through this, tie it at the bottom. Set through there. Ah, that's twice. Wow. Man. Okay. I think that'll work. I have to figure out how I can tie this now so it doesn't come out. I'll cut these off. Okay. That's it. Oh man, I don't know how I'm going to shift this thing now. So this will hook here. So obviously this will go around the top of the bike. Okay, I've got to try and get this off. Yeah, this is a two-person job. So we're out in my alfresco workshop here. So I've moved the bike stand out here. And I thought, well, I'm going to throw a bit of stain over it. So now is the moment of truth. We are going to test it out. This really needs to make sure it stays up. That's going to be an issue. I'm going to need to find a solution for that. But for the time being, is what it is. Let's just grab the iron canary. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, right, that's no good. It's tilted up already. Whoa, shit. Okay. Maybe standing up wasn't such a great idea. Oh, that's no good at all. It, no. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Big skid marks all over my... Oh, that's slippery. Didn't think that through. Might have to do something about that. Spray some grip stuff on there or something. All right. So, she tilts too early. That means the pivot points are not in the right spot. But I'm not shifting those. Could add some weight to the back. I'm going to have to extend that ramp to allow the back wheel to get onto it to hold it down, and then as it keeps coming forward, because you lose momentum, that takes some work. All right, what materials have I got? I don't have any more timber as such, like enough to make a full ramp, and I don't want to buy anything else because that kind of goes against the theme of, I've got a bit of angle iron, I've got some offcuts of timber. It is what it is. So I cut up some pieces. These are going to sit like so. This will need to be squared up a little bit. All right, so I'll sit in there like that. I'm going to weld a couple of pieces across the top here, and that is going to, so when it sits on the timber, that'll stay, it'll stop it from tipping down. This is off of another project I did some time ago that I scrapped. I might pop that there. That way it holds everything in place. It's a little handle as well, so you can pick up if I need to adjust the platform at all. Yeah, all right, just wanted to give you an update. Carry on welding. Well, we'll use the term welding very loosely. I'll continue to make bright flashes and attempt to stick some metal together. There's probably a more accurate description. Find where this is going to go, drill some holes in the timber, and then figure out the mounting method. I have an idea about how I'm going to bolt this on. I really need to fix this thing too. It worked so well in the beginning. Huh. That actually works freaking awesome. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. All right. So the hole. I think around about. Ah, that's bloody hot. I always do that. Why do I insist on grabbing things? I really burnt my finger then. That really hurt. Skin feels a little weird now. Really hurt. It's a baby. Right. Hopefully I haven't weakened that spot there at all. Okay. So let's take this off for a moment. See, now it wants to go down because of the extra weight. Should I just, I'm going to test it. Okay. So I'm just going to lay the pieces of timber in there. Let's see, hey? Have to move this again. What a pain in the backside that is. Okay. Not quite, eh? It definitely needs to be locked into place. So as this goes down, it wants to lift up the rear wheel as well. So it needs to be quite rigid. So I'm going to have to put that piece along the top there. That's why we test these things. Theory only gets you so far.
3 days later.
All right, so it's actually been I'm not sure, a day or two since I've been out here getting this ready. So I finished off the ramp. I've got the new connection. I've made finished this piece off here. I've welded a couple of plates along the top to reinforce this and stop it from falling down. I'm a little concerned about as the pressure goes on it may split the wood, but we're going to find out. And one thing I definitely need to do is get longer bolts. These are just not long enough, and I don't want to drill any more holes, make it any weaker. So we're going to give it a go. So I haven't tested it since the new bit on here. Let's fix this. Right. Here goes nothing. Okay. Better, but here's our next problem. My, why doesn't that go all the way down? Okay, so my wheel chock is essentially useless. But the bike is on there. But that wheel chock is not going to do what I need it to do, I think. And the weight is still a little towards the back here. Yeah. All right, let's bring it down. Okay, that works. Not perfect, but it works. All right, so I think I'm just gonna get rid of this whole thing altogether. It's essentially useless. And what I probably am gonna have to do is cut this to allow the wheel to come more forward. That'll deal with the weight problem. Progress, not perfection. Okay, that's better. You know what, go down a bit more. Well, that was dumb. Just broke the drill bit in there. Even though it is like a rasping type drill. Sigh. That's what happens when you try and push too hard. There we go. Not my greatest work, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, better, but certainly not going to stay there on its own. Now I want more. All right. But it's better. Get there. Right. First things first. Cut this down a bit more. Okay. Okay. Okay, better. Seems okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to go see what I can do. Okay, so I got up a bit earlier. Man, this build's taking way longer than I thought, but I guess that's what happens. You just run into different troubles. Design flaws. I'll have to speak to the engineer. Anyway, so I've finished this. I finished cutting that out. I gave it a bit of a sanding. So I got up pretty early this morning, and I just finished these off. I added a couple of pieces of, these are just some decking offcuts that I've had. So I've used them, cut them, screwed them, got my ropes ready here. This, I'm hoping now, will do the job. So, here goes. Oh man, now it doesn't want to go in. They're too narrow. This just isn't happening, is it? Nah. This keeps up, this project's going to turn into a campfire discussion. I'll have plenty of wood. This is too narrow. I honestly thought it would just wedge in nice and tight, but what are my options? Kind of plane or sand these edges out here a little bit to create a wider opening. It might just be enough to force it in, at least to get it to the point where the bike can hold itself, isn't going to roll back, and then I can get the straps on and pull it the rest of the way in. Maybe I should just get the grinder. Let's close. It just doesn't want to go in. Am I not coming up straight? It's almost there. Like that. But still, yeah, no. This is not safe. Not safe at all. I wonder if I let a bit of air out of the tyre. You know what the hell, at this point, I'll give anything a crack. It's just because this tyre's so damn new too. So it's really got to be. Oh yeah, there we go. Almost. Well, it's a little more stable, but I'll take what I can get. Great success. Man, who would have thought? I mean, honestly, if I thought I was going to have this much trouble, I would have taken measures to not have this much trouble, but So our problem really is just fitting the tyre in here. And I think, look, deflate the tyre. I think once the tyre wears down, it won't be a problem. But look, at the end of the day, here we are. I mean, look at this, beautiful. Working at a much more favourable height, especially when you want to get down low here. But now, you know, I'm going to get a taller stool here, so I'm sort of seated more at around about sort of this height. But hey, oh, let's not forget the safety stand. Once I've set it, I can forget it. There we go. Now that is definitely not coming back now. Okay, that's pretty secure. Well, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say it's done. I'm not spending any more time on it. It serves its purpose. I mean, I spent 50 bucks. And it'll do for now. I think it's all right. Well, this concludes the lift stand build. And now it's time to make sure this thing is ready for the next ride. Thanks for watching.